Dungeons and Dragons.
Incredible!
Hello everybody, welcome to today's stream. We're going to be talking about... Wait, is my camera frozen? Oh no, my camera's frozen. What's happening? Is it frozen for everybody? Let me check my preview. It probably is. No, why? I look so serious. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can fix that, everybody. Okay, hold on. Here's my... Okay, prepare to see my bad camera, which is partially blocked. Hello. You can see my mouth. Hold on. I'll see if I can get my regular camera working again. What is happening? I just tested it. Why is it not working? Cam link? Okay, let me try plugging it in again. That usually works. Hold on. Hello? Am I here? Hello? Why is my camera gone? What's happening? Okay, let me try one more thing and then I might have to switch to my other camera if I can't get it to work. Okay, no, that's the other camera. This one? Hey! I'm back, baby! I'm so sorry, everybody. I don't know what happened or why that happened. But you know what I'm excited for? To get my new PC so I will not have problems like this anymore. Hopefully. Okay, let me start that again. Hello everybody, welcome. Today we're going to be discussing episode 80 and 81 of campaign 3 of Critical Role. There will be spoilers. We may also touch on a few spoilers, specifically campaign 1, just in terms of like reoccurring characters. There is so much stuff that happened in those two episodes. Like I just got caught up yesterday. I just finished 81 and there's just so much to talk about. So I can't wait. I can't wait to get into it. But first, let's say hi to everybody in the chat. And hopefully the chaos gremlins will be gone forever. Tari, good morning to you. You're always first off the bat. You're so quick in, Tari. Natalia, thank you so much for the sub for 16 months. Realm of Rust, welcome. Melvin, hello. Kaya, hello. EK, thank you so much for the sub as well for 14 months. Jewel Dragon, welcome. Shorty, welcome. Willowbirds, just popping in. No worries. Thanks for popping in. Jewel Dragon, thank you so much for gifting 5 subs. Thank you. That's really kind of you. If you got a gifted sub, please make sure you go ahead and say thank you. Jojo, hello. Littlebox Hero. Who else have we got in here today? Aunt Tish, hello. Renee, welcome. Jedi, totally Kappa. She's staring menacingly. Yes, I'm catching up to all my camera is frozen. Co-postal. I don't think I said that correctly. I'm sorry. Anna, Saint Lunacy, hello. Rick and Smith, Pocketchner, Griffin, Jesper, Alley Cat. I'm sorry if I'm missing people. Spongeman. Oh, so many people here today. Raina, Griffin. I think I already said hi, Griffin, but you get another one. Beck, hello. Dicey Mango, Dill Pickle. Sorry you're not here, Saint Lunacy. And over on YouTube, hello YouTube, I see you as well. Freshman, Web Addict, Nixine, Azen, Say, Louise, Tequila, Craig, and Dan, and anybody else who is lurking. It is always a pleasure to have you. All right, I think that's okay. I'm very flustered after my camera not working. Busy making dinner, so I don't mind the slow start. Well, I'm glad. Cleaning my huge windows. Oh wow. That's very productive of you. Jestevan, thank you so much for the Prime sub for 7 months. Thank you. Or Jetafan, I should say. I always read that as Jester. One other thing before we officially get started is the Twitch ANZ Grassroots nominations are now open. This is a program that Twitch Australia New Zealand runs twice a year, I think, where they take 20 creators and they feature them on the front page for a few weeks and they promote their stuff and they basically kind of boost that channel. It's sort of about taking up and coming affiliate streamers and sort of helping them get to the next level. So if you've enjoyed my streams, you know, over the last year, I would really be honored if you would consider nominating me. Here's my little thing. Wait, hold on. That's the link if you want to nominate me. You just have to fill in like my details, my links and stuff, which are all available like in my Discord or on my Twitter. Basically, it's just Luboffin everywhere. And then you need to sort of put why you think I would be a good member of the grassroots program. So yes, anyway, I would really appreciate that. I think it would be really great to see some like D&D TTRPG content represented in that group. So I also encourage you to nominate any other Australian or New Zealander streams that you've enjoyed. I have personally got a list of people that I'm going to nominate myself. So yeah, anyway, that's the end of that. You did it yesterday? Thank you, Shorty. Thank you, Jill Dragon. Thank you so much. Yikes, it's Ash. Can you give a quick summary of 81? Well, we're going to talk about 80 and 81, and we'll sort of talk about what happened as we go. Otherwise, you can also, I believe someone did do a little bit of a quick recap in the Discord because somebody was asking about it. Craig, you're going to go to sleep? No worries. This will be up as a VOD. Actually, I am planning on editing this, if it goes well, into like a video that I'll post to my channel. Otherwise, the VODs for the live streams will always be available in the live stream playlist on YouTube. Some of them will be unlisted, but because they're in a playlist, you'll still be able to find them. So yeah, that's it. Okay. Well, I think without any further ado, we should probably just get into it. Get into the juice. There was just a lot that happened. I really enjoyed it. I feel like I got a little bit burnt out on Critical Role. Sorry, let me just see this real quick. Towards the end of last year. So I'd sort of been putting off watching the last 2 episodes, but I'm glad that I haven't caught back up because yeah, I really enjoyed them and I'm excited for what comes next. I'm also excited because this will be the first time in like over a year that I'll be able to actually watch the show somewhat live because this sounds really silly, but I'm now working on Fridays, which is when it airs for me. And usually because my workplace is pretty quiet, I can usually watch stuff while I'm working. And so I'll be able to watch live. And I actually feel like that really helps me enjoy the experience a lot more because then I get really excited along with everybody. Whereas before it kind of felt like I knew I had to make a video about it. And so I would kind of follow along the Discord to see what exciting things would happen so I could start preparing my brain for what I had to focus on. And I was just really focused on like, you know, what happened as opposed to like experiencing what happened, if that makes sense. Anyway, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. This will be my first week this week working Fridays and hopefully watching live. I mean, obviously I'll get interrupted fairly often, phone calls and colleagues and things, but yes. Every time I offer to the tech comments, you have issues. Yes, it is your fault, Natalia. Jose, thank you so much for the sub for 17 months. Thank you very, very much. Does everyone else think the C3 is going to be the shortest campaign? I think that due to their new system is meant to be out this year. I was wondering about the same thing. And it does feel like we're entering the final arc, which seems weird to say though, because it does also feel like there are a lot of things. But yeah, I'd be curious to know if they're going to wrap up maybe before 100 episodes. Like focusing on photographing a vacation rather than experiencing the vacation. Exactly, Snowwolf. That is exactly how it sort of was starting to feel. Yeah, so I'm glad to just kind of get back into really just being a fan again. And I think that's why I love doing this format for talking about the episodes, because it feels much more just casual, more of like a fun discussion. I'm not so worried about getting something wrong because you will tell me straight away. Whereas before it's like if I got something wrong in the video, I would have to then endure like hundreds of comments being like, actually you got this bit wrong. And they were all like relatively kind comments, but just when you get that comment over and over and over again, it can get pretty draining. So it's nice to just do it this way. Yeah, it should be fun. Hold on. Let me... morning congestion. Delightful. Okay, so I actually have some notes. I took some notes, everybody. All right, we're going to start talking about episode 80. So we're going to talk about this trust exercise that Matthew Mercer had concocted, where they had to navigate some ruins looking for these white branches, but they were told at the beginning that there would be 2 doppelgangers who were going to sabotage this effort. And I thought it was really funny how they just immediately became super duper suspicious of one another, and I think they were really playing into that. But it was really fun. I have a clip for us to watch together. Let me find it. Okay. Hopefully this works. Hello?
Because I think I could burn this entire forest to the ground.
No, that's the wrong clip. Hold on. That's 81. Hold on, I need episode 80. Okay, this one.
Warren, you're up first.
All right, Orm is going to,
He's smirking.
He's
smirking with his eyebrows.
I've had a long day.
Started it with me. Orm is going to instead of I'm going to. Didn't you?
True.
He always says I.
Pass the bowl, man.
Could you all hear that okay? Hopefully the audio was okay. I love that little line from Liam. Pass the bowl, man. Oh, there's a bit of an echo? Okay. Video audio is doubled on stream. Okay, how do I fix that? I don't know. Let's try it again. Sorry, it's my first time putting clips directly into my OBS rather than just having them like in a separate browser tab or something. Okay, if I turn... Okay, I think I have to mute my desktop audio. That's annoying. Hold on, let's try it again.
Warren, you're up first.
All right, Orm is going to,
He's smirking.
He's
He's smirking with
smirking.
his eyebrows.
I've had a long day.
He started it with me. Orm is going to instead of I'm going to. Didn't you?
True.
He always says I.
Orm. Pass the bowl, man.
I just love, oh, that's true. So funny to me. But yeah, so this whole scenario, this whole scenario just made them, immediately extremely suspicious, fully playing into the like Among Us vibes. And honestly, this actually really annoyed me. I wasn't annoyed at the players. I was kind of annoyed at the exercise because I was like, if there are doppelgangers in this exercise, and spoiler, it turns out there weren't. We'll have a look at that in a sec. But if there were doppelgangers, it would mean like, the people who were doppelgangered, that's a verb, didn't get to participate in the exercise and therefore would have learned nothing. And B, it totally just facilitates mistrust. It just breeds mistrust. So anyway, I was very pleased that there was like actually no doppelgangers in the end. But yeah, I love that they immediately jumped into that suspicion rather than thinking about like, wait, what does this exercise actually mean? What are we going to get out of this? I feel like maybe Liam was the only one who maybe clued into that. Ashton did say that they clued in. Taliesin did say that he clued in as well, but I think was maybe not as overt about it. So yeah, I think Liam was the only one like, okay, well, we're trying to trust each other. So what is this trying to teach us rather than like, who's the doppelganger? Brr, 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 brr. But yeah, I thought it was really fun. I think that's actually such a fun idea to put into a game. There's a really great example in NADPOD as well of this happening. I guess this is a slight spoiler, but they kind of go to this place where, one of them is going to be like essentially a doppelganger, and Murph, the DM, handed out dice, and he was like, okay, if you got a blue dice, you're yourself. If you got an orange dice, you're a doppelganger. But he gave them all blue dice. So I think that's just like a really fun kind of tried and true way of like breeding a bit of intrigue and suspicion without actually having anyone to sort of play those roles. Especially because if you don't really enjoy playing that kind of a role, like if you don't enjoy social deception games, I imagine that would be pretty stressful. But yeah, so I thought it was a fun exercise. The one thing that I do wish though, and I'm curious to hear everybody's thoughts about this, was I do wish the exercise focused a little bit more on communication rather than on having to like find something or do something. So, I think Liam decided that, he was going to try and find out who was who by asking questions. But then Matt said, well, the doppelgangers have all of your knowledge, so they're going to be able to answer any questions. And then he kind of stepped it back and was like, oh, well, they maybe don't know everything. They maybe just kind of like know the surface stuff. And I think, that was perhaps a little bit of a misstep in that it could have been really interesting to have them actually talking about things and discussing things rather than being like, well, the doppelgangers already know, so there's no point in us asking any questions. I do actually have a clip of Liam sort of attempting that technique. So hold on, I'll see if I can get that to play. Here, this one, I think.
Ladna, what dead animal did you wear at the ball in Dressar?
Oh, I think it was like a dead ferret or something.
Close!
Close?
It was like a stove.
Oh no, it was a fox!
Yeah.
It was a dead
Was a
fox!
fox?
But I love that also hinges on the idea of everybody remembering all of this random trivia that like Liam is obviously the only one who remembers. It was it was very funny. Close. Yeah. Oh gosh. Let me catch up on a few things. Anna Souls, thank you so much for the follow as well, and the Escapist Artist, and Ryan. Ryan. Ryan Newton, thank you for the follows as well. Welcome in. Like the Blind Walk game. Yeah, the Blind Walk was my favorite. Yeah, I think the Blind Walk game really did get them communicating and was like a really great little, team building exercise. It kind of feels like something you would do at like a corporate retreat. Not that I've ever been to one, but it sort of did feel like that. But it was a really great exercise. It was really fun. It was good to see them all kind of focus, get in the zone, and follow through. Whereas this one, it just sort of felt like it became a race to just find these items as opposed to actually talking with each other. Slim Grim, welcome. Thank you for the follow. And hi, David. Welcome to you as well. I think the Blind Walk was the best to watch as a viewer too. I agree. I did enjoy the honesty one. I thought that was a good way of getting them to do some like sharing. But yeah, I think the Blind Walk one was definitely the most interesting to watch as a viewer. I have been running a live D&D show, like a live stage, come to a venue, watch us play D&D in the flesh. And this year, I really want to focus on including some more interactive elements and things that feel, more like mini games within the game so that it's a little bit more entertaining for a stage crowd. So that's kind of something I might steal to put into my own game. They don't even talk about the secrets. Yeah, that was my disappointment with that particular exercise, the honesty. I liked that they revealed their secrets, but I don't like that they didn't really get any time to discuss them. I think I mentioned this last Critter Talk stream where I said it really bothered me that nobody seemed to pick up on the fact that Aurum mentioned Dorian in a way that was very I don't know if I should miss him or not. And I'm like, does anybody hear that? Did anybody catch that? So yeah, that kind of bothered me too. But I think overall, it was fun. It was good to hear some of these kind of secrets come out. Welcome, FMA. This trust exercise reminded me of Going 17. Don't lie, Mafia game. Oh yes, I don't know that game, but I've played Werewolf and things like that, so it certainly reminded me of that sort of stuff as well. Did anyone else catch that as a constant mood of mine? Yeah. Anyone? I would have liked the truth exercise more if they actually followed up on those truths. Yeah, I agree, Mariah. Yeah, for sure. Ariam Dorian ship is in overdrive. I know. In the next episode, who said he sounded a lot? I know. Anyway, we'll get to Aram's deal, as in his what he's all about and his actual deal in a bit as well. Where's my water? Just need a quick drink. Every time I go to type a comment, you're echoing the same sentiment. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to see things reflected back at me. But it's also good when people have different ideas too. So incredibly fascinating how they managed to share their secrets and see how to trust each other and then immediately cut to creating more secrets and distrusting each other. Yeah. Your stream looks great and cozy and your audio is awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I have recently made some changes to my stream setup, so I'm really glad it's coming across because that's kind of the vibe I'm going for. Cozy Chaos, I think, is the tagline for this stream. I know it's not necessarily an original tagline, but it definitely feels the most relevant here. Yeah. Trust Exercise was episode 81. No, it was episode 80, and then episode 81 was them traveling to the Malleus Key site and whatnot. Anyway, so back to the trust exercise. It turns out, as we, learn at the end, that there were no doppelgangers, and we have this moment of them realizing. Laura's reaction at this moment is so funny to me. Let me pull this up.
But if it's not Ashley, then who is it? She's like the only one we know.
It's not me.
It's
I'm willing to go with it.
Okay.
Do it to Finn.
could be
I'm hoping. I think it's nobody, but
Oh,
It's
it was
That's what I'm
nobody.
saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what Leah said.
9.
That's been my
Insight. You said
Insight.
It
22.
was just a fuck with their
22.
heads.
It's to get us to
To
trust
get
each
us to
other.
get over our shit.
Get over the
It's an
shit.
Exercise.
Whispers.
I just love Laura and Marisha being like, it's nobody. I thought that was very funny. And honestly, as much as I critique, it wasn't a, good exercise, you should have seen it coming or whatever. I definitely would have been the same because I don't see twists coming. I'm a very literal person. And so if I'm watching a movie or something and there's a twist coming, but it's quite an obvious twist, I'm like, what? And Jared, who's watching it with me, is like, yeah, obviously I saw that coming a mile away. So yes, anyway, that would be me also. I would be going, ah. It's very easy to surprise me, which I think I actually enjoy that about myself. I feel like I can enjoy a lot of media because I don't see things coming and I'm thoroughly surprised and I fully experience it in, the way that maybe you were supposed to. And then I like going back and watching again or reading again and finding all the things, all the clues leading up to it. So yeah. It was so funny that everyone was convinced it was Ashley. Ashley was so sus, yeah. They were really convinced it was Ashley, but I think Ashley, she just has that kind of demeanor about herself, She just seemed very, very shifty. Going 17 is a Korean variety show. Oh, okay, I see. Don't Lie is one of their most popular episodes. Awesome, I'll have to check it out. Everyone's suspicious of Marisha in the first 10 minutes, yeah. Honestly, I think it does show that there would definitely be a lot of fun in seeing the cast play one of those games like Among Us or something like that. It would be fun to see them playing some sort of social deception games. I believe they have played Werewolf on Four-Sided Dive, if I recall correctly. I might be wrong about that, but I think they did. I usually skip those sections because I don't really enjoy that aspect of Four-Sided Dive, but yeah. Anyway, so we learn that there are no doppelgangers. They learn that they are supposed to trust each other regardless of what other people tell them. We'll see if that, lesson actually will carry through or not. But I think, perhaps from a metagaming perspective, the players, I think they get the sense that they need to move on from this distrust and whatnot of each other because it's sort of, you need to see some growth. And honestly, I don't know if this is just because I binged Campaign 2 all at once, so it feels like everything was closer together than it was. But it does feel like we haven't seen as much character growth, not in terms of the characters, that makes it sound bad, much change in the dynamic of the group from the beginning until now. I don't know if that's true or if it's just my own perception. I guess everything's my own perception. Marigold, what are you meowing about, baby? What? You want to play? She's dragged a toy all the way out from my bedroom. All right, hold on. Quick kitty playtime break. Meow. Yeah, she's meowing. All right, hold on. Quick kitty playtime. You brought it out here. Do you not want to play with it? Why did you bring it out here if you don't want it? Oh, hold on. She's like, I want you to play with me, but not with this toy that I brought you. Okay, well, that kind of is not the point, is it? Entertain the people, kitty. The people need to be entertained. No, you, Clementine. You want to get in on this? Why she do this to me? Oh, now. Oh, now you like it. Oh, yeah. Now, oh. Okay, no, it's gone. She only likes it when it disappears. Where'd it go? Where's it gone? Shh. Hey. Whoa. Come over here so that people can see you. No? Come on, kitty. What's the matter with ya? There you go. Ha 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 ha. I caught a cat. Alright, well, kitty, I do have to get back to streaming. I do have to talk to the people. She does not like sitting on my lap. Oh. Okay. Well, kitty, I tried. It's because the laser pointer is her favorite toy, so if she doesn't get to play with that, she, like, doesn't enjoy it. And she'll just bring out another toy to indicate that she wants to play, but if you don't play with the laser pointer, she's like, no, I don't want that. It actually makes me so... I'm concerned that she's, like, got an addiction to it. Oh, Clementine's getting in on this. Alright. Kitty, you'll have to play with that yourself. Oh, okay. I'm getting some new emotes done, by the way, including some kitty emotes, so I'm very excited. They won't be ready until next month, but some cute little kitty emotes. Okay. Where were we? You were just missing some cat playtime, that's all. Okay. Just peak cat sitting, I know. Luna knows kitty viewing is as lucrative on the internet as discussion. Well, I like to play with my kitties. They can get addicted to lasers. Yeah, that's why we're trying to scale her back. But she's gotten into the habit of, we normally do it like at night before we go to bed. And so every night now she's like waiting. Yeah, I think if you use them sparingly, they're okay. But I am a bit worried that she's like, yeah, addicted to it. But it's so hard because she just loves it so much. Like, she loves playing with it. And she doesn't really, she doesn't actually bother about catching things. Like, she's always been like that. She likes the chasing more than the catching. Like, if you let her catch something, she just sits there and looks at you and waits for you to take it away again. Whereas, like, Clementine will, if she catches something, will, like, fully attack it and everything. So I think, yeah, that's why we're kind of like, well, maybe it's okay because she doesn't really care about catching things anyway. She just likes chasing them up and down the hallway. But yeah, chasing the dog across the hardwood floor is very amusing. Agreed. Okay, so get back to what we were saying about the kind of progression of the group, I suppose. Let me scroll up because I think people were responding to what I said and then I got distracted by the cat. Where are we? The mistrust among the Mighty Nine pretty much ended in two parts, Bolgate and Molly. Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, that was such a pivotal moment, episode 26 of Campaign 2, that they sort of really had to move on from that. But I really thought we would have seen that after episode, what is it, like 33? Like, that was a huge moment. And they still had that kind of... They were still sort of caught up in mistrust and things like that. So anyway, I'm glad it feels like the players recognize that it's like time to move on from that dynamic and move on to a new one. And I'm really hoping that that's the case. Because honestly, I feel like I will get really frustrated if we fall back into, you know, these kinds of any one of us could kill any one of us at any time sort of discussions, which I think you can only have that so many times. I don't know. That's just me. I guess that's just what I prefer. I'm sure there are people out there who would love to see that dynamic like play out over and over again because, you know, it can be really interesting and tense and anxiety inducing, you know, which sometimes is fun. Yeah, so I'm hoping though that we'll sort of move on from that now. Okay, so after the trust exercise, we get Inferno time when Fern decides to take on the fire shard, which I'm really pleased she decided to do because it really felt like it was intended for her, even if it was never explicitly said. It would be so weird to me if someone else took the fire shard and they just had all these like fire abilities right next to the wildfire druid with the fire monkey pet. Like, so I'm really, really pleased that she decided to go through with it. And I think she did. I think Fern did just need that little moment of collection, moment of remembering who she is and that her friends are going to have her back if, you know, things go a little south. So, yeah, I think it was good. And I think it was a really cool moment. The crew were like a lot more prepared this time, I think because they knew what they were getting in for. Now, someone correct me if I'm wrong. When Ashton was rolling his Constitution saves, when he tried to take on the shard, did Taliesin roll with disadvantage? Am I remembering that correctly, or was it just that Ashton wasn't able to rage and get a benefit from that? Because I thought it was with disadvantage, which is why it was so wild that they managed to survive those 10 rounds. No, they were just straight rolls. Okay, good. Yeah. So it seemed kind of odd to me that was the DC the same? Because I thought like it was a lot harder for Ashton because they weren't able to take on the shard. But then it seemed to be kind of the same scenario with Fern. But because they were a lot more prepared for what was happening and they were all in it together, they were able to weather it a lot more easily, I think. I don't really remember what the DC and stuff was for Fern. The DC was different, says Kate L. Yeah, that would make sense to me if the DC was slightly lower for Fern than it would have been for Ashton. More prepared and healing from round 1. Yeah, absolutely agreed. Tao rolled an 11 and 10, saved by a bunch of aura vitality. The consequences were worse for Ashton. Yeah. Because the shard was never meant for Ashton. Yes, that's right. More rounds with Ashton and more damage. Right, that would make sense. Yeah, I was just curious about mechanically what the differences were between the two things. And I understand the narrative reason for those differences. Fern didn't do con saves to stay together, though she did for concentration. She wouldn't insta-die from failing a con save. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Oh, sorry. I'm so sniffly today. It was good to see them kind of all rally around and work on this sort of problem project together and really like help Fern get through it. I thought it was really cool. There were some really cool moments. There was actually probably my favorite moment was when FCG is like, okay, I can help, but it's going to send me into a berserker rage. And they were like, all right, just do it. And Chetney just like, you know, binds him so that he can't move. I do have a clip of that actually because it was such a fun moment.
I'm gonna spin up my buzzsaw. You don't deserve this. You don't fucking deserve it. You should have given it to Ashton.
Yeah! Oh, no, shit. You start speaking. As soon as you say "at," it goes quiet.
Oh.
And you keep moving, but your lips are making no noise. And you see Nanamori still staring at her, puts her finger out, says, "Don't spoil the moment."
Yeah, I thought that was really fun. And I forgot how much Sam can just cut deep, like straight away. He just knows exactly where to go to hurt someone's feelings. Like when he's yelling at Aurum as well. Yeah, it was really good. It was a funny moment, but it's actually they're very cruel. Yeah, cruelty is 100% the right word, and it is funny to me how that has kind of turned into a bit of like a comedic bit now, and it made me think a little bit about the way that the party has responded in the past to party members like turning on the rest of the group versus the way they responded to what Ashton did. So in the past, we've had Chetney attack other party members when he's in his like bloodlust. We've had Lordna also kind of losing control, killing Bordor. Very badly hurting FCG during that whole Berserker rage. What else have we got? We've got Imogen blowing apart like a city block, which, you know, it was pretty full on. I don't know about Fern, if Fern has had any moments like that. I mean, Fern has been stealing stuff. Not so much these days. Fern, Orem has never really had a moment like that. But yeah, so we've had a few moments where they've been, you know, betraying each other. And I feel like, I mean, I may be misremembering this, but I feel like a lot of those moments were met by the other party members with sort of compassion and kindness and understanding. And then when Ashton's character did something that sort of betrayed the party, they were like talking about killing him. Like, it felt like the reaction was so far away from everything else. And I wonder if that's because the other examples that I just gave were deemed to be out of the character's control. Like, it was something that they couldn't control, and so therefore it wasn't really as much their fault. But I would argue that Ashton was not necessarily in control in that moment. Like, I think I'm currently writing a video essay in defense of Ashton and those moments. But I think Ashton was kind of on this self-destructive spiral, which, you know, that doesn't excuse the actions, but it does give more of a choice to the matter, I suppose. I'm curious to know what you all think about this too. I mean, I would argue that Laudna has had a choice many times and has chosen to give in to Delilah's power. Not every time, certainly. But a few times she has made, I mean, just very recently, she sort of made a bit of an agreement with Delilah. Not that everybody knows that yet. But yeah, so it's just interesting to me how they treated Ashton in that moment. And I think maybe it was just a culmination of all of these little betrayals and then sort of taking it all out on Ashton maybe. But yeah, anyway, I'll save that for my hour-long video essay. It's not going to be that long. But yeah, I'm working on a video about that moment and kind of tracking Ashton's character growth throughout the campaign and why, you know, how we got to this moment where they chose that decision and, you know, why it ended up the way it did. But yeah, so let me scroll up and see what people are saying in the chat. The reaction was wild, but I think the choice was deliberate. Yeah, FCG's tried killing the party 3 times now. Bria's character murdering the goats out of the blue. That was pretty wild. Yeah, let's see. Erica's supposed to be coming back as well still as you. Yeah, hopefully. That would be great. I think it's because the others didn't have a choice. Ash made the choice. I felt it was more about how Ashton treated Fern and choosing not to tell them. He told Fern to lie about it. I mean, yeah, I mean, Fern... I know some people say that... I mean, he did kind of manipulate her, but she also has to take on some responsibility for going along with it as well. And I don't like that she immediately turned it back on Ashton when she'd agreed to it, you know, and maybe it was a bad idea for sure, and you can be angry about it, but like, she did go along with it. I don't know. I think no one really seemed to sort of touch on that all that much. Chet and Imogen didn't really have a choice. Lorna seems to have openly taken in Delilah. Yeah. I get it if Ashton was the only one making a choice. I feel like Lorna has made conscious choices. I mean, this is the thing about people though, right? About characters and just about humans in general. People are super hypocritical all the time. We all have standards that we follow, and we do have some standards that we tweak slightly for ourselves. You know, it might just be little things. I guess for me, one red here, I would say I'm anti-capitalist, but here I am streaming on an Amazon platform, you know? Like, we all kind of have these standards that we have to exist in the world somehow, and sometimes we don't have to, or we choose to kind of change the way we do things because it's easier for us or it's more beneficial for us, you know? I mean, that's just one example, but yeah, I think all characters and all people are hypocritical in some way, and I think it's really interesting to explore that. I had a lot of fun exploring that idea. It didn't necessarily come out a lot in the play, but in my mind, in my character Kat for the Roll to Cast podcast Die. I find that she was quite hypocritical in a lot of her actions in the game, and it was really fun to kind of play that and think about why that is and what kind of made her make those choices. But yeah, we all hold boatloads of cognitive dissonance all the time. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, totally agreed. So I think it's interesting to have those moments of hypocrisy. I would love for Ashton to call some of it out though at some point. Like if it comes out that like Laudna's like, oh yeah, I made a deal with Delilah without telling all of you, then I really hope Ashton's like, you what? I don't think that's gonna happen, but I think it would be really interesting. I totally agree. He wasn't in control just as the way the others are not. I mean, I think he certainly had a lot higher level of control. Ashton had a lot higher level of control than the others did. But as I talked about in the stream right after that episode, I felt like, yeah, they were on this kind of self-destructive path that was sort of inevitably going to end badly. Yeah. I would love if they maybe switched bodies at random intervals, literally walking in each other's shoes. That would have been a really fun, like, trust exercise or just kind of, you know, exercise to have with Nanamori. That would be pretty cool. Chetney loves it. I would say he's had more agency over him attacking the party than Ashton did. He wasn't in control, but he knew the risk. Yeah, I was thinking we actually haven't seen Chetney go, you know, werewolf rage out in a while. I'm wondering if we're going to see that again. I feel like we haven't really seen much of Chetney's werewolf stuff in a while. I think that also just comes down to some of the pacing of the game. I really would have loved to spend a bit more time with the Gorgonai and exploring Chetney's werewolf stuff. But yeah. Yeah, roleplay each other's characters. Yeah, I think that would be really fun. Someone could have felt Ashton's pain if they buddy swapped, yeah. Oh, just a quick little note on that. I thought it was really interesting how when after we'll talk about more about the Ashton transformation, but this is just a little thing that bothered me about how Ashton didn't feel any pain when they were in their like sort of earth elemental form, and then Matt was like, and as you return to your previous body, you feel that pain again, and it's almost a relief. And I think Matt does have a tendency to tell characters how they feel, and that really rubs me the wrong way because we don't know that Ashton might have felt despair at coming back to his regular body. Yeah, anyway, I don't know. That's just my own little gripe, but obviously it's a different DM style, and maybe they had discussions about it, you know, off table that we're not privy to. But yeah. Who should be playing whom in that scenario? I don't know. It would be really fun to swap the people who have really different sort of outlooks or modes of being. Like, I feel like swapping Fern and Aurum would be really fun. Or, I don't know, Imogen and Chetney I feel like would be a really fun one too. During the body swap, swapping chairs at the table would be amusing too. That would be a really fun, like, one-shot. Them all like role playing as different as like they've all been body swapped. That would be super fun. That's the thing. There's been very little time to actually deep dive into the characters. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I fully agree. It feels like we've had to skim over a lot of stuff that I would like to delve into more. But I guess it is what it is. I just realized that chat box is cut off and it's annoying me. Let me see if I can fix that. All right, then we'll get back on track. I feel like we're... do this. There we go. That's a little bit better. Or is it exactly the same? I can't tell. Oh, I'll have to do. Chet can't swap with Imogen or FCU because he has a southern accent advantage. That's good. Aurum and Fern swapping would also be entertaining due to their height difference. Wonder how Aurum would feel being tall. Yeah, I feel like there's probably some AU fan fiction out there or something, which would be really fun. Okay, right, where were we? Where are my notes? We went on a big long roundabout tangent, but that's okay. I like that about these streams. Okay, so Fern takes in the shard, is successful. She has this kind of fire titan form, these new fire powers, which we don't know a huge amount about yet because Ashley was quite hesitant to use them in their little like playtime that they did, which I really I really liked that scene. I thought it was really lovely. But something that really bothered me about this moment, I feel like I'm complaining a lot today. No, I don't know. Maybe it's just where I'm at the moment. But anyway, there's this moment where they connect. Actually, I think I have a clip. Hold on. Let's just roll the clip, everybody. Which one is it, though? Episode 5. Okay. Clip 5.
Kiss.
You guys should hug and make up.
Whoa.
Hey now, this is not.
This is.
Shake
just
hands.
saying,
Shake hands.
The legend was that they were like husband and wife, right?
I feel like that's a lot of expectation to put on two people right now, especially with the fucking audience. So.
Yeah, for sure. We're just saying like a fist bump, just something
But
bury
yeah,
the
like
hatchet.
what if you
Later.
just touch
Go put
palm
my
to
hand
palm?
Yeah.
Shake on it?
It's Holy Palmer's kiss.
I really, really appreciated that Romeo and Juliet line from Liam right there. Holy Palmer's kiss. Oh, beautiful.
Shake and I.
I'll take it.
Did anything happen?
No, throw the fire. I'm not gonna do shit.
So you clasp the new arm. And as your hand touches his, you watch as those little veins that were once glowing when you first created the arm in the past ritual that has since gone cold, light up once more. And as that orangish heat, those veins kind of curl back through up into your arm, you feel that same... there it is.
Yeah, fucking go for it.
You feel that familiar sense of like belonging to the ground. You when you sat for a bit in Whitestone, you felt that odd connection, but now it's overwhelming you. You through your feet, you feel like the stone in the middle of this garden. You feel like in a brief flash, you can feel the history of the stone. You can feel where in the ground in the Fae it was carved and hewn and placed there.
Yeah. So I didn't like, and I think a few people have echoed this in chat, I didn't like how the other players were pushing for this kind of romance between Fern and Ashton because, well, firstly, none of them are aware, okay, maybe I'm wrong about this, but none of them are aware about what happened between Ashton and Fern, right, except for Chetney? Is that correct? Because Ashton kissed Fern before anything happened, and the rest of the party were there. So yeah. So anyway, it that kind of really bothered me, that they were sort of pushing it, and yeah. I just kind of. I think I've been in a similar situation in my own home game where someone sort of said something along those lines that made me feel really uncomfortable, and so maybe that's just my own personal feelings. But yeah, like nobody. Yeah, none of the other party members, unless they're like picking up some vibes. But yeah, it felt like the players were just having a bit of fun, which is fine. But then like, don't do it in character, do it out of character. I think then that would be fine. It'd be like, ooh, you know, I think it would be fine to do it out of character, but it just felt a bit weird that it was like in character that they were like, oh yeah, kiss, oh yeah, husband and wife, you know, especially because I actually feel like there is a lot of potential for Ashton and Fern, and I think that if they are left to their own devices, perhaps there could be something there. Because I clipped it specifically because I was like, this moment after they've sort of had their like playtime playing with their powers and whatnot. Let me find it. Yeah, this one.
Because I think I could burn this entire forest to the ground.
I believe that.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. This is a little bit of home. But shall we head back?
I mean, how about we take our time?
All right.
And you are on fire still.
I am on fire. I don't know why I'm laughing.
I'm gonna throw one more hug just because.
All right.
Thank you so fucking much.
Okay.
And
I'll return the hug.
I will take my fire damage now.
So that moment felt a little bit like those first date jitters, or those moments when you know that there's something there, but you don't know, and so you're trying like not to get too close to it. That's pretty much exactly how it happened with me and Jared, because we were friends for like 3 years before we started dating, and I sort of realized first, and I was like, maybe. So it kind of felt like that, and I think just like if they have time and Ashton has time to kind of like what it's what Abyssal says in chat, like trying to figure out what the fuck it means to be cared about, then what you're saying, it would be a disaster. No, I think if they have time to figure themselves out, then it would make a lot of sense. If they're trying to do it at the same time, then I agree, it's probably not a good idea. But it kind of, it feels like their spark is there, and yeah, I just don't want it to be like I don't want it to be pushed too much, because then I'm worried it won't feel satisfying. Ashton taking the fire damage though, I know, and so persistent with like, yes, I want to take this fire damage, you know, because Matt's like, oh, you don't need to take it, and Ashton Taliesin is like, no, Ashton is gonna take it. Yeah. Time is the one thing in this that they don't have. I mean, that's true, Tarry. We're probably not going to see a satisfying arc in that regard, because they're going to get to the mood and it's just going to be go, 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 go the whole time. Yeah. I think they said husband and wife because the two Chardonnays were husband and wife. Yeah, that is why they said it, but it still felt like it was kind of, you know, it felt like out of character a little bit. Yeah, but anyway, I would love a little bit of Ashton and Fern-ness at some point. I know a lot of people, again, and I agree, Ashton did treat Fern kind of badly. Well, badly, not kind of, badly in that episode. But yeah, I think there is the opportunity to sort of grow and move past that and make amends. And I actually really applaud Taliesin, because I think Taliesin has really pushed this for Ashton, of being like, I'm going to do something really dumb and self-destructive, and then I'm going to make sure that Ashton has a pivot. And it feels like we're really seeing that pivot with Ashton. We're seeing them really come around to this idea of like what it actually means to have a family and to look out for one another, and what that means for yourself. And I think it's great. I think it's super interesting and a really good story. So I certainly think it's good. That's kind of what I'm saying. Do you see the campaign continuing post Roadus? I don't see the campaign continuing post like Predathos stuff and Ludinus. I just don't think, like, where do you go from there? I don't know. They would encourage all of Fern's worst impulses and let her absolutely destroy them, and she would, because she doesn't understand how any of it works either. She's selfish as well. It's not malicious, but she is thoughtless. Yeah. But yeah, again, I think that is something we can kind of potentially see some growth and change on. But yeah, anyway, I thought to myself, I was like, please stop pushing it, because maybe it will happen if you just let it, you know, just like let it go. I didn't really like Ash in the beginning, but once he started to care a little while ago, that's when he became one of my favorites. Yeah. I think I kind of recognize a lot of Ashton's behavior in people that I've known in the past, and people that I've known for like over a decade, and now I see sort of where they are now, and I can kind of I can see where Ashton's potential growth might go, just in terms of how, you know, not everybody sort of moves on from their prior baggage and shit, but like I've seen it. You know, I mean, everybody I think has seen it or achieved it themselves. So it would be cool to see that. Thing is, Ashton has always cared. See, Ashton has always cared, I think, about the others, but in a very martyring way, like a very, I'll do anything to save these people, even destroy myself, as opposed to recognizing, you know, maybe destroying myself is not helpful, and maybe I need to take care of myself as well. I think that's kind of, acknowledge it to themselves. And not be so cavalier with it. Yeah. Sapphire Hero, welcome into the chat. It's funny, I kind of think Rodus is only the beginning. Yeah, I mean, who's to say, really? I think it's going to be so fascinating to see what we find there next week. But anyway, we will get to that. Because I've got some more clips for that sort of stuff. Okay, we're going to take a quick little break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about Nanamari and what happened there. Very, very interesting stuff, and what we think is going to happen in the next episode. So we'll be right back. Don't go away. I'm going to run a quick ad break just to turn ads off. So feel free to, walk away from your computer and whatnot. And I'll see you soon. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I realized I played some music for you in the break and then I forgot to actually turn it on. So sorry that I just left you there in silence. But yes, welcome back. If you're just joining us, we're discussing episodes 80 and 81 of Campaign 3. There will be spoilers. My name is Luna. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, all that business. All these blurry kitties in the background. Robert Tables, I cannot remember if I said thank you for the sub. If I did not say thank you, I will say thank you now. Thank you. And DM the Man, thank you so much for the follow as well. Welcome in. Okay. Time to continue our discussion. My background looks so messy right now. Let me move that cat toy. It's really bothering me. Try and move it in such a way that the cats are not like, playtime, because they were having a little snooze. Okay. So, where were we? Hey, Cassius, welcome. All right. What were we up to? Where are my notes? I made some little notes. Okay. Yes, it's time to talk about Nanamori and Chetney's deal. I was so happy. I was so happy that somebody took the bait. Well, more than somebody, but someone took the bait. And it just makes me so... I'm just so thrilled by the fact that in Campaign 2, the Mighty Nine did everything they could do to, like, stay away from deals with hags. And in this campaign, they were just like, I want a deal. I want a deal. I want a deal. Yeah, it was wonderful. It's everything I could have wanted. We were actually playing Baldur's Gate yesterday on stream. If you were not here, you should join it. It's really, really fun because chat gets to make all the choices. So we met I guess a little minor spoiler for Baldur's Gate. We met a hag and chat almost made a deal with her. They agreed to the deal and then at the very last minute backed out and attacked instead. But yeah, it was... It's really fun. I just love hags. I think they're such wonderful, interesting characters, really fascinating tropes, and I think it's, yeah, I love hags. I love them. I love putting them in my games. I need to put one in my current game, I think. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. It went away. Damn it. Okay. So let's have a look at Chetney's deal, which clip number is that? Clip 2.
You wash from dream to dream. You had to come in here with one singular burning hope. One fire that burgeons and forces itself to burn, leaping from your chest, from your bones, to consume you. What is your passion?
Toys. I want to be the most famous toy maker the world has ever known.
Now that just requires a little bend of fate, doesn't it?
As she extends her hand, you see like this weird golden thread that kind of now draws from your chest. It seems like it drifts into the shadow in both ways. Not towards her. It just kind of pulls from one end of the darkness to the other. And you watch her kind of reach her finger forward and tug on it. As it does, you feel this cold sensation rush through your body.
And what will you give me?
Oh. That room we were in before looks like you have a lot of stuff. What would you want?
Bring me a piece of what you hunt.
Can we just talk about how creepy it is the way Matt is like putting his hand over that DM screen and just like moving his fingers? I love it. I love it. So creepy.
Bring me a piece of the God Eater.
That's such a good ask. I'm not even mad about it. A piece of Predathos.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds impossible.
It does. But you all seem to be on the path to doing the impossible, aren't you?
We are? We do some simple arithmetic here. It's a deal.
It's a deal. Ah, I loved that. I loved that. What a great ask as well. Like you said, it's a great ask. Because what does that mean? We don't even know what Pradathos is. Is there even a way to bring back a part of it? Oh, it's extremely cool. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I was quite surprised that Chetney did not end up going with Make Me Young Again. And I thought it was interesting that he didn't want to do things that other people asked for. And I think that kind of comes down to Chetney's kind of general attitude about being different from other people. Not necessarily better, but like, you know, he refers to himself as notorious. He doesn't want to be like other people. And then his wish, you know, kind of says that as well. Yeah, so I thought it would have been really fun to see like young man Chetney, but I'm glad that he went for something else. Okay, so, you know, as we know, hags do twist the deals. How do we think that Nanamori is going to twist this deal? And like I think Tari mentioned up in the chat, that famous doesn't necessarily mean best or good. So in what way can he be the most famous toy maker but not in the way that he expects? I wonder if it is he's going to be the most famous toy maker but not famous for toys. He's famous for something else. Or maybe he's famous for working with like metal, which, you know, he abhors. Creepy toys? Yeah. Maybe he's famous for infamous? Isn't infamous and famous the same thing? I mean, infamous feels like a bigger level of fame, right? Oh, someone else on YouTube says that. Infamous? What's the difference between infamous and famous? I thought it was the same thing. Hold on, I will do a little Google. Infamous. Oh, hold on. It's not. Infamous definition. Infamous implies a negative. Yeah, well known for some bad quality or deed. Wicked, abominable. Yeah. The medical council disqualified him for infamous misconduct. Okay, yeah, right. And then famous is just being famous for something. Okay. Yeah, so infamous is not, maybe not what Chetney was going for. The most famous toy maker could mean so many things. Yep. I wonder if Travis is deliberately leaving a big space for Matt to do terrible things. Totally. The toys could just come alive. That would be fun. Could he take on the role that Drow had, the one he marked with the brand? I don't remember that person. Yeah, usually doesn't mean a positive. Chet becomes Krampus? Oh my god, I didn't even put that together. Yeah, what if this is like a total Santa Krampus situation? That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. Yes, Krampus Chet. Yeah. I love that. Especially because Travis already made Chetney Kevin from Home Alone, which I didn't pick up on until somebody else pointed it out, like about his whole family just leaving and forgetting about him. Yes, Krampus Chetney. I am here for that. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah, so he's gonna take on Drixlich. Oh, Drixlich, yeah, is the one that he branded. That's right. Yes. Okay, this will be good. Yeah. Santa is technically still alive. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that will be really fun. I'm actually wondering how much Nanamari is going to twist these deals, given that they are friends of Ferns, because obviously hags get a lot of enjoyment in, you know, granting deals that don't go well. But I wonder if it's going to be if it's going to be, if she's going to go easy on him, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, because they're, part of the family. Or maybe it's going to be more of like a mischievous thing rather than like a malicious or harmful thing. But I don't know. You think she doesn't care about it? Yeah, I mean, she might not care at all. Yeah. It'd be interesting if we say Nana takes the deals too far and see a face-off between her and Fern. Oh, that would be interesting too. Yeah. That would be pretty cool. Axiom, hello, welcome in. Also, Enchanted Waffles, thank you so much for the follow. I love the sound of Enchanted Waffles. I want waffles now. Yeah, what happens? Yeah, this is also on my list of like questions about this. What happens if Chetney doesn't hold up this deal? What's going to happen to him? Orym has already... We'll talk about Orym's deal in a moment. But I feel like Orym's kind of maybe has a built-in consequence. Well, I don't know. He's going to do that anyway, so maybe it isn't. But I'm curious to know what would happen to Chetney if he doesn't follow through with the deal. And what does the deal even mean? Yeah, fascinating. Imagine if like the Mighty Nine have been on this like crusade to end all hags after what happened with Veth, and they like end up tracking Nana Mori down. They just try and take out every hag in the world. No more earring, check to redeem. I'm sorry, I did turn it off for this discussion, but I'll show you. I gotta hide my face so it focuses on it. There we go. Little chickens with little boots. Little chickens with little boots. Oh, he becomes Pinocchio? He becomes a toy? Genius. Genius. Somebody send a telegram to Matthew Mercer. I'm sure he's already thought of it. Yes, it would be incredible if he becomes a toy. Yes. If that doesn't happen now, I will be disappointed. Whatever it is. Mage the Sage, thank you for the follow as well. Welcome to you. Yes, that would be such a fitting end if he doesn't follow through with his deal. Love it. All right. Well, I'm curious to see how it actually pans out with this infamy in terms of the toys, and whether or not we'll actually get time to explore that, or whether that will be an epilogue kind of thing. I hope that we'll get time to explore it, but I'm not holding my breath given the current track record of things. Okay, so moving on from Chetney's deal, next we then have they all go to sleep, but Imogen decides to dream again for the first time in what feels like a really long time, and decides to sort of, actually purposefully reach out to Ruidus and make a connection. So I have another little clip. She is accompanied by a few people, but then they are kind of bamfed out before this happens. So which clip is this? Where is it? It's clip number 3.
Imogen. Here in this darkness, you sense a presence unlike anything you've ever experienced. It is so immense that your entire being vibrates with unbridled power. You worry as it suffuses you might be pulled apart. That white flash you saw when you screamed at the stabbing of Laudna, these moments where the world seems to rend itself around you now, that same power pulls to rend you from all sides. Yet, you belong here. You are home. This is the womb. And you wish nothing more than to return to this place with your entire core. And you wake up.
Hey, you okay?
How much longer was she asleep in real time?
But a moment later.
Okay. You took a little longer than us to get back. A little bit.
I thought we got separated again.
Lost you in there.
Or pushed.
Yeah.
Was that you that sent us back?
I don't know. I think so.
Are you okay?
Huh?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Very interesting. She did not seem fine. I love that Aram then gets a nat, or Liam then gets a nat 20 insight check. So this is obviously that like strong pull that she has felt all the time, but she's always resisted. So is this the same pull that everybody, like all the Ruidusborn, are feeling? Well, we know that Fern doesn't, but Fern only has like a touch of it. I guess it's a lot stronger for Imogen because of, you know, she's Ruidusborn of a Ruidusborn, sort of this higher, what do they call the like ascended Ruidusborn again? There was like a name for it or something, wasn't there? But yeah, so then really feeling this power. And I loved that imagery of this is the womb. You know, you want to return here. I thought that was fascinating. And then, of course, yeah, right before Imogen sort of starts having this vision. Oh, exalted, thank you. Yeah. Right before Imogen starts having this vision, we hear her mother's voice, or we assume it's her mother's voice, saying no. And I think because Liliana has made it quite clear that she doesn't want Imogen to have this fate, which, you know, in some level, that means she knows it's bad, right? She wants to protect Imogen from it. She's always told Imogen to push away from it. So, yeah, I wonder if this is going to result in any more powers for Imogen, or if it's just going to result into perhaps more insights. Or, you know, more clarity around like Predathos and Ruidus. Yeah, I don't know. It's very cool. Let me catch up on the chat. What you all have to say. Marek, thank you so much for the resub as well for 13 months. And Demon the Man, thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you. That's actually a great reminder, everybody. If you have Amazon Prime, don't forget to use your Prime sub. I always forget to use mine. You don't have to use it here unless you want to, but make sure you use it somewhere. At least, you know, get that money. You're taking that money out of Bezos's pocket, so that's what we want. I mean, I didn't say that. 71st Dragon, thank you for the follow as well. Okay, so what have people got to say? For a 37 total, yeah. I think Imogen is Predathos, or an avatar or vessel for Predathos. Yeah, and then Chaotica says, it's interesting that after Imogen whispers to Aram, he goes off to make a deal with Nana. That is interesting, actually. Yeah, I wonder what she said. Yeah, Imogen could be an avatar or vessel for Predathos while Liliana is trying to take her place to save her. Interesting. Interesting. Maybe if Liliana had a conversation with her. Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, it's something I've really missed in this campaign. Yeah, we were just talking about that before, Abyssal, about how it feels like there's no time for that stuff anymore. Sad that I missed the talk about Fern and Ashton. Oh, there will be the VOD on my YouTube. I'm also gonna hopefully edit this for YouTube. So this is my YouTube channel, by the way. Feels like Matt is deliberately cutting a lot of it short. I think they're just trying to get a lot done in. I mean, we've. Campaign 3 has actually been the longest campaign so far in terms of hours. Like with the number of episodes. So 81, when we're at episode 81 of all the other campaigns, this one has been the longest so far, which is interesting when it feels like, it doesn't feel that way to me. It feels like we've had less time. Yeah. I don't know how that's possible, but. Okay, hold on. I lost my train of thought. Let me pick up my notes again. Yeah, so what is it going to mean for Imogen to actually fully give in and connect? And is she going to do that, or is she still going to try and hold back some of that part of herself? I think the idea of her being like an avatar for Predathos could be really fun. But we've also have had a lot of Imogen stuff lately. She does already have the feet as well. But maybe she's going to unlock some more things. I wonder if all of them are going to end up with this like kind of Super Saiyan sort of abilities. That would be really fun. To sort of, if they all had their own way of like, yeah, growing bigger, and then we kind of have this like huge fight That would be cool. I don't know. There are a few episodes in there that won't be on the 5-hour mark. Yeah, that's right. The runtime is on average a lot longer. The feat. Also, Imogen has a feat that we don't know really exactly what it is, but she can like kind of call on the power of Ruidus. She's used it a couple of times. When did she get that? I can't remember. Was it after the incident with Odahan, or was it a different time? I can't remember exactly when it was, but she did get some kind of Ruidus themed feat. Instead of vestiges, they get superpowers. Yeah, that would be really fun. Yeah, it would be, instead of the vestiges, they all kind of get their own personal like superpower. That would be really, yeah, I think that would be really cool. And I think it would really play into a lot of their battle style too. Like they like doing those big battles and things. Like if you look at no spoilers for this, but if you look at the like recent 99 one shot, it was like a really big kind of battle. You know, I think they enjoy doing that stuff. An Avatar of Predathos. No, I think an Avatar of Predathos means that she's kind of like a conduit. Or she is like Predathos's representative on Exandria, but she's like maybe not aware of it. But yeah, it's sort of like it's within her. It just hasn't been like fully unlocked or unleashed, and perhaps that is what Odahan was pushing for in that incident. Yeah, Matt did say his NPC that the job was to get info and not fight the BBG. Yeah. I'm curious about that too. That's right. She gets psychic damage. She takes psychic damage, and she also That's right. Yeah. We'll talk a little bit more about Imogen in a moment, because she has that moment with Cord. But before we get to that part, we do see Arm sneaking away in the night, a little midnight rendezvous with Nanamori. Now, let me tell you, when Liam was like, okay, Aram waits until everyone is asleep, and then he goes and knocks on Nanamori's door, I gasped so loudly. I was at work. I gasped so loudly that my colleagues were like, are you okay? I was like, I just totally took me by surprise. Again, like I said, I'm very easy to surprise, but I loved it. I was here for it. I feel like he was the person I did not expect to go. And I was just thrilled. I was thrilled that he did it. It was such a great moment. And it really woke me up, that's for sure. I feel like it's a couple of moments in these episodes where I've been like, like a little lore meerkat, just like, lore? Juice? Character drama? Yeah, so okay, let's have a look at this moment. I've got a little clip here. Clip 4.
Your passion is to protect your friends, yes?
My friends? Your granddaughter? I don't know if there's a friends and family discount, but...
And what do you have to offer, little Ashari?
Well, if I see them all through, and we get it done, I'll serve you.
You hear her sniff through the kind of alien lack of true nostrils. And as she does, you feel these, like, leaves and vines that you didn't even notice had kind of grown from your armor, kind of detach and float through a breeze towards her. She goes,
You smell the touch of divinity. That makes you enticing. Well. She kind of glances around into the shadows surrounding. Now that Fern's all grown up and might be finding her own way, it does get a bit lonely here in the manor. Maybe it'd be nice to have a caretaker.
My heart. Of course, Orym would not go to make a deal for himself. He would go to make a deal for the group. And I know Liam, he just loves to give us his sad little tragic boys because I feel like that would be such a sad ending for Orym. I think for some characters it wouldn't be sad, but Orym doesn't belong there. It just doesn't feel like he belongs there, and it would feel like a real giving up on himself. You know, he's like, all I'm good for is this purpose of protecting my friends, and then I don't matter anymore, and then I can just do whatever needs to be done. It's just... It hurts so bad. Orym admitting verbally that he's incredibly depressed, and then him making this deal hurts deeply, willing to give his life away as if his life was lesser to the rest of the group. I know. Yeah, he'd suffocate. Exactly. He belongs in, the air. He belongs in the mountains. He belongs with Dorian, in my opinion. But, even if he's not with Dorian, he doesn't belong here. And I think, it just hurt my heart so much. I'm really hoping that, Nana Mori will take pity on him and, not have that be. Because that would be such a sad epilogue for him. And you know what? We had it in campaign 1. We did that already. We kind of got we got some niceness in campaign 2. Come on, we can't go back to that. But yeah, I was so, I loved that moment and I hated that moment. I was devastated by that moment. I thought it was, masterfully done. So we'll see what happens with that, I guess. And I'm curious to see how Nana Mori is going to hold up her end of the bargain, because that feels difficult for Matt, because now in battles and things, he's going to have this thing. A few people I saw in the chat were saying that potentially Orym is going to take a warlock level, which I think could be interesting as well. He did specifically want to be more capable, so I suppose we'll see how that's going to play out. But yeah, Nana Mori's made this promise that they're all going to come back as they were in some way, whatever that means. So if one of them dies in a combat, what's that going to mean? Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a loophole. Yeah, I'm sure there will be some twist there that we're not going to, well, I'm not going to expect because I'm easy to surprise, as we've established. Yeah, a caretaker if all things. Yeah, what if Nana turns him into a critter? No. He's punishing himself for imagining a life where he lives for himself and has happiness beyond will. No. Hexblade Hag. I can't imagine Orym shooting Eldritch Blast. Yeah. Trivia Loves, hello. Just got off work. Hope you had a good day at work. Can she even have any influence on Ruidus? I know, right? So, hoping for a Laura Bailey cupcake moment. Yeah, exactly. Jester just rolls in at the last minute to get them all out of these, deals. Implement it like the lucky feat. That could be a way to do it. I feel like maybe that's not. I would expect something a little bit more powerful than the lucky feat, but, yeah. I think if one of them died, Mario would zap them all back so they could be together when one of them dies. Ooh. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that was a great moment. It was really, really, really good. Really well done. All right, we've got to move on because I'm going to be late for work. I just realized what the time is. So I feel like I could talk about Orym for a million years. Maybe I will one day for a video, but Chef's Kiss, Sad Boy, activate. I mean, he's always been activated. sad boy overactivated. All right. Let's move on. Okay, so after this, they then travel with Allura to the site of the Malleus Key, or at least the, the outskirts of the Malleus Key. And I thought it was really fun here. We saw some familiar faces that we've seen from Campaign 1 and Campaign 2. I don't know about Campaign 2, but we see Earthbreaker Groon. We see the council member, the Dragonborn council member. I can't remember what their name is. But yeah, we hear a few familiar names. I'm not super across Campaign 1, so I'm sure other people noticed a lot more than I did. But yeah, it was kind of fun seeing those faces again. Percy and Keyleth are there, of course, as well. And they sort of, discuss the plan and whatnot. And I think that that's pretty interesting. This is kind of the first, I was noticing the first, like, sort of, not diplomatic, but like official kind of government meeting that they've had. Apart from like a few in Dressar, but yeah, this is kind of like they're before the Tal'Dorei Council. Like it's kind of a pretty big deal. So I thought that was interesting, and they're kind of getting their names out there now as some like adventurers of note if they survive this. But there's this moment where Earthbreaker Groon recognizes that Imogen and Fern are Ruidus born and is mistrustful of that. And then we get this moment of the Stormlord. So let's have a look. Let's roll the clip. If I can remember which one it is. This one.
There's a moment where you feel a hand on your shoulder. The minute it does, your vision goes white, and you see this like flash of a face in the clouds. Before you feel the grip of Earthbreaker Groon on your shoulder.
On Imogen?
On Imogen.
Threatening you?
We don't know. We don't know.
He gives a vibe check.
Damn, protective.
Yes.
In his head. Can I help you?
You hear back in your head, not even his voice, but a voice. Sourceless, growling, and echoey. You have my eye.
And my axe.
There is greatness in you. Do not let us down.
There we go. Yeah. Rogue franchise, exactly. Yeah, I loved this moment. The reason I loved it the most is I really enjoyed that Imogen, Laura played Imogen as being awed and overwhelmed and promising not to let the gods down. Because honestly, I did not think I could hack another discussion of, are the gods worth it? I mean, maybe we're going to get that when she, confides in the others about what happened. But I liked that she felt this awed presence. Yeah, and the gods are finally talking to her. She sort of said, well, they've never shown any interest in me. And now someone has shown an interest in her. And thematically, it makes a lot of sense because, the storms, the lightning. Someone made a comment about, like, the Stormlord lesbians just, like this. So it would be really interesting to see if Imogen leans into that connection as perhaps a way of protecting herself from the pull of Predathos. Like maybe Cord would be able to help with her not like fully giving in. But yeah, maybe if she took, I don't know, if she multi-classed or, I don't think we always have to have like a specific class calling on god abilities to have a connection there. But yeah, so I think it's really interesting. It's interesting, I guess is all I'm gonna say. I feel like I say that so often. I need to come up with some more descriptors. Interesting. Yeah, so I think it would be a cool partnership. And I'm wondering how FCG is gonna react when he hears that Imogen has had a moment with a god. Yeah, I was a bit concerned that it was going to be played up again as like maybe he wasn't telling me the truth and maybe he wasn't doing this and doing that. And no, she was just kind of like, whoa, this is a god talking to me. Yeah. And then after that, we get to the end. There's a really fun little moment when Keyleth uses her wind walk, and everyone's like, "Oh, look at her doing it correctly." Because if you haven't seen Campaign 1, there's this moment when Keyleth casts wind walk for the first time, which, if you don't know, it like transforms you into mist. It takes a minute, and then it takes a minute for you to transform back. So it's not a useful battle spell, but she thought that it was. And so she transformed them all, and then they're all just like mist, and they're all like, well, we can't do anything because it's going to take us a minute to transform back. It's actually I find that scene really difficult to watch. But it was funny kind of seeing like, oh, wait, she's using it properly. So I really enjoyed that moment. But then we find that there's this like mock battle going on to like make a distraction and all of this stuff. And then we end on like a bit of a cliffhanger, or not really cliffhanger, but like just on an exciting moment. So let's take a look. I feel like I'm a news presenter over here.
You watch as the war beasts begin to charge forward right as some of the Ryloran war machine begins to assault from a distance. You watch as cannon fire and exploding payloads are thrown over at heavy arcs that detonate in the center, and you watch as the illusion seems to react in time as some of these war beasts themselves skid over and plummet and explode on the side. As it does, you see a spray of crimson gore just out from an interior from inside the illusion. For the time being, it looks like it has begun. And in that moment, you all swallow hard, gather your nerves, and head in towards the nearest side of the Tishtan site. That's where tonight's episode. Yes, I can.
I love so much when he ends the episode and they all just yell at him. Makes it really fun. So, with that in mind, before we wrap up, what do you think they're going to find on Ruidus? What's gonna happen there? What are they gonna see there? What's it gonna be like? I can't believe after, almost 10 years of these little hints about the moon and all of this stuff, that they're gonna go there. They're gonna be on Ruidus. I think it's wonderful. I'm thrilled. They're gonna find aliens. That makes sense, yeah? They gotta get there first. Okay, Tara, you're right. I probably shouldn't get too excited. I kind of just assumed that they would get there next episode, but who knows? You're probably right. They might not even get there. Hope they run into the night making. Me too. Yes, I love Ira. I think he's a great character, so I hope that they run into him as well. I really want to know what he's been up to on the moon. Also, I'm so sorry. I don't think I said this, but SJ Let's, I don't know how to say that. I'm so sorry. But thank you for the follow. I'm sorry that I missed it. Welcome in, by the way. Looking forward to the machinations of the Nightmare King. Yes, me too, Schmick, for sure. They all hate sand after. Yeah, it gets everywhere. Definitely will see the Nightmare King. I think, I wonder if they could team up with the Nightmare King. Depends what the Nightmare King's been doing up there. But that would be pretty fun. Where are they going to sleep? Can they sleep on the moon? I mean, we don't have the Magnificent Mansion or the Nine-Sided Tower this campaign yet. So, yeah. I'm so curious to know more about the cities on the moon. I'm really hoping we get to see more of them, and it's not just going to be kind of them on the outskirts or like in rural. Like, I want to see what a city is like on the moon. I want to see what the people are like there. I want to see how they live their lives. I think it would be good. It would be very, very good. Yeah, I'm very excited. So if you are also excited and you're new here, welcome. My name's Luna. We do have a Discord where we have a watch party every single week. It's discord.gg/Luboffin if you want to jump in. And we have a watch party every week. We'll be in the live chatting. If you do jump in, you have to select the Critical Role in the self-assigned roles channel, because the Critical Role channels are all spoiler zones, so we have them kind of as opt-in, so you read the thing where you're like, it's gonna be spoilers, but each campaign is separated so that, if you just want to be in campaign 3 and not see campaign 2 and campaign 1 stuff, then you can. That's gonna be very fun, and then I'll be back here same time next week to discuss the most recent episode, which will be episode 82, airing in 2 days' time. So I hope to see you there for that. I'm really liking this format. I hope you enjoy it, where we watch a couple of clips and things together. The fact that I'm not doing it right before the stream gives me a little bit of time to, I don't know. I think it's a nice format. So hopefully you will enjoy it. If you have any feedback, please let me know. And I will also be streaming again on Friday afternoon playing Chat Plays Baldur's Gate. So if you like Baldur's Gate, or if you want to just check out the game, you can come along. Chat makes all the decisions, so it's very funny because depending on who is in the chat on the day will depend on what happens. Sometimes it's more chaotic than others. And then on Monday afternoon, we'll be doing some D&D crafting, something or other. I don't know, maybe minis, or I'm not sure, homebrew, some kind of D&D thing. That's what we're going to be doing. But yeah, this has been super fun. Thank you to everybody who has followed and subscribed today. I really appreciate all of you. Oh, just as a quick little reminder at the end of the stream, if you have enjoyed my streams this, last year or however long you've been tuning in, I would really appreciate if you would consider nominating me for the Twitch ANZ Grassroots campaign. It's this kind of thing where they take 20 creators and they put them on the front page for a few weeks, and they kind of boost their streams, boost their channels. It's a really great chance for a affiliate to kind of get their name put out there a little bit more. And so I would very much appreciate your nomination. I'll just try and find the link for you. Hold on. Let me... Where's it gone? You just have to fill in a little form that says why you think I would be good to be a part of it. And that's it. Anyway, there it is there. Thank you. Just found this Gilmore's Robe. Welcome, Gilmore's Robe. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. So yeah, make sure you're following so you don't miss my stream. And I think that's it. I'm going to say, I'm going to do a little YouTube outro in case I do edit this for YouTube. So I'm sorry, bear with me for a moment. YouTube voice activated. I would love to hear your comments about episode 80 and 81 in the comments. No, I said comments twice. I would love to hear your thoughts about episode 80 and 81 in the comments, so please put them all down below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please make sure you like and subscribe. And if you want to check out more Bells Hells content, you might like this video right here. Bye! That's my YouTube outro. I don't know what this video is going to be yet. That's why I'm like, a Bells Hells video. I don't know what it's going to be. So I'll say officially goodbye to YouTube now. Thank you so much, YouTube. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. If you haven't checked out my YouTube channel, please do so if you're on Twitch. And I'm going to raid someone on Twitch who's live right now. Let's see. Oh, nobody I'm really following is on right now. Okay, unless anyone has like someone they can really vouch for. I don't really enjoy rating people. Well, I don't really like rating people I don't know, because sometimes that has gone badly. But there's a lot of people here, so I would like to carry on the good vibes. Let's have a quick look. Maybe there's someone that I know of that I, for some reason, I'm not following. Let's see. Dungeons and Dragons. Who's live in Dungeons and Dragons right now? Let me have a little look. Raid the Luboffin person? That's me. Oh, it's so hard. I can't even check anyone's streams because every time I click on a stream, I get an ad. Oh, Felicia Day is live? Really? I'm following her though, and she's not in my live list. Come on. I want to check this stream. Oh wait, the stream just ended. Okay, never mind. Oh no. Well. Okay, well, we might just end the stream. Never mind. I will have a little look. I'll have a little look. I'll try and expand my network a little so I can raid some people. But yeah, like I said, I'm a little hesitant just blind raid someone because last time I did that, or one time I did that, it really did not go very well. So anyway, I'll just say goodbye. I'm sorry, but please go and find someone else to watch on Twitch. I'll see you all soon. Bye!